Hi, I'm Jan Seiner. I'm the Special Projects Manager here at Roadtrek. And today I'm going to be talking about protecting your Chevy 170, 190, and 210 from the cold, both short-term and long-term. So first, a couple of things. We're going to be using a 170, but what you see is applicable to both the 190 and the 200. Second of all, I want to show you some of the things you need to do this. The most important thing you need is this RV antifreeze. Now, it's sold as plumber's antifreeze or RV antifreeze. The important thing is that it is not auto antifreeze. It's food grade. It is safe to put into your water system. Do not use auto antifreeze. That is very toxic and is very dangerous. Second of all, some of the tools we use, you will need a socket to pull the anode rod from your water heater, and we'll show you how to do that later. And the other thing is I like to use this kind of a funnel. Now, I bought this at a local hardware store for under 10 bucks. And the nice thing is it's got this little hose that comes off and it screws right on the end of your antifreeze jug. And this handy measuring cup comes in really handy in the spring when you de-winterize. There are two stages to the process of winterizing your vehicle. One is to drain all the water out of your system, and the next stage is to replace that with antifreeze. So here I'm going to show you how to drain the water out of your system. First, you come down here and you find your drain valve. Right there. And we're using a catch pan just because we're in the factory, but it is just regular water. And we continue by walking around our unit and turning on all of our faucets. What we're doing is we're allowing that water to drain through the system and out. And we do that for the galley sink. We do that for the shower. And that, once that drains out, we can replace it with antifreeze. So now that we've drained all of the water out of our system, we continue by putting food grade antifreeze into the water system. We start off by shutting off all of the valves that we opened earlier. So here's our galley. We turn that off. Now these might look a little different on your coach. We're in a 170, but the 190 and the 210 are similar. We go in the shower, we turn off our shower faucet, and then we go to our water heater and we put that into winter bypass mode, where we turn these valves to where they're vertical. These valves may be on different locations in your particular coach, but they're all there. And that completes the preparations on the inside of our vehicle. Now we continue by putting antifreeze into the tank. Now that we've closed the valves on the inside, we need to continue by putting antifreeze in our system. First, to do that, we have to close the main drain valve for the water tank, which is located right here. And it may be a little bit different on your specific model, but your owner's manual clearly shows where it is. Once we do that, we pull our stopper out of our tank. And if you remember, I showed you my little funnel. This is where we get to use it. Just screw it right on the bottle. Oops. Yeah, man. There we go. And it has a valve in it. We got to make sure that's open. Now we just put it right in there. And we pour our antifreeze in. Now this could take a while. And you need about 2 gallons in the tank for this process. Now we need to move the antifreeze through the whole system. So to do that, we turn our pump on, and then we go to every single one of our faucets. We start off with a cold, and we run it until we get pink. Usually when you start getting a little bit of foaming, that means your antifreeze is there. Whoa, a little bit of air in the lines, but you can see the foaming and you can see the pink, so that one's good as well. Make sure we drain that. We can close that off. We go to the shower, and on this one we actually want to put our shower head in the sink. And now we can come here and turn our until we get pink right there, and that's good. And we do it with the other one as well. All right, let's turn it up a little more. How about that one? There we go. And you can see the pink coming out of there, so that one's good. Now we can turn that off. And that really completes the winterization of the inside of our vehicle. We put this away. You can remove this for the winter, or you can store it up here. Oh, and the other thing we have to do, I almost forgot, is we have to make sure that our toilet has antifreeze. So we just run that until we get pink coming out of the toilet. Close that off, and now we're done. Close that up, and we are finished for the winter. Now that we've protected our water lines, we have to protect our drain lines as well. So there's a floor drain for the shower here. On the 190s and the 210s, there's a similar drain in your shower pan as well, in addition to this. So you have to protect this one just by pouring some antifreeze right down in there so it goes down into your P-trap. And then you need to do the same in your shower pan if you have one there. And then we come up here to our galley sink, and we do the same right there. Whoops. We do the same right there. There we go. We just pour that right down into the P-trap, fill up our sink, fill up our P-trap so that the drains are now protected as well. There we go. So there's one more faucet we need to do, and that is our outdoor shower. Now this will be in a different location on your particular model, but they're all on the driver's side. And you come in here and you turn the hot until you get pink. The same with a cold. Now we're using a catch basin because we're on a factory floor, but this is food grade. It's safe to deal with. You can discharge it, but if you feel better, you can always catch it in a catch basin and dispose of it in your drain. And the last thing we do here is we turn our city water valve on right here, and we let that run for about 30 seconds, and that replaces all of the water in our city water connection with antifreeze. Once we've done that, we are done with the faucets, and we can move on to the water heater and the macerator. So now I'm going to show you how to prepare your traditional 6-gallon water heater for the winter. First, make sure, step one, make sure that your water pump is off and that this is in bypass mode. And the next thing we do, this is our pressure relief valve. We make sure that it, in fact, the pressure is relieved from the system. There's nothing running out of it, so we're good there. And then we pull out our anode rod. This is a really good time to check your anode rod. This one is brand new. You might see later on as they wear, they become just a rusted rod. So when you start to see rust, it's time to replace this. This is what protects your water heater from rust. So you can buy these any RV store for a few dollars. It's a good investment to protect your water heater. Now you saw the water running out of the water heater when we pulled this out. And basically we're draining all the water out of the water heater. Once that's done, you can rinse it out with a hose if there's anything settled in there. When you check this out, you can put this back in. And you are ready. Get in there. You are ready for the cold. There we go. And when you check it out in the spring, you have to remember to pull this back out, clean out your water heater, and put some tape on it so it doesn't leak. But for the winter, we're good right here. And that's really how you protect your water heater from the cold. Now we need to make sure that our macerator is also protected. So we have put antifreeze into our tank through the process of flushing. So now I've gone ahead and I've got my bucket here. When you do this, you must do this at an approved dump station. We're putting it into a bucket. This is a brand new vehicle. It has no sewage in the system. Once you have any sewage in your gray and black tanks, you have to do this at a dump station. So here's what we do. We open up our valves. And we run our macerator, and you should see pink coming out of here. So as soon as you see pink, you can stop. Your macerator is now protected. It's full of antifreeze. Go ahead and close our valves, shut this off, put everything away, and now our macerator is protected from the cold. So those are the steps in protecting your water and waste lines. The process should take about an hour or two. A lot of that time is waiting for things to drain. So that's a good time to get some supplies, maybe clean out your rig, do some other things while you're waiting for that to happen. Now, just to be clear, we are talking about protecting your water and waste lines. We're not talking about long-term storage. That's a more involved process. There will be a video coming out on that later. Lastly, if you need more information, look in your owner's manual, look online, feel free to contact us here at Roadtrek.